Dubois. First tonight, one person was killed in a crash in Somerset County early this morning. It happened just before 2:30 on Route 201 in West Forks Plantation. Chief Deputy Michael Mitchell with the Somerset County Sheriff's Office says 69-year-old Judy Rowe of Woolwich appeared to be traveling northbound when her vehicle crossed the center line, went off the road into a ditch and hit a tree. Rowe was the only person in that vehicle. She was pronounced dead at the scene. That crash is still under investigation. A deadly crash in Searsmont over the weekend is still under investigation. The Waldo County Sheriff's Office says a young man was killed around 1:30 Saturday afternoon following the crash on Appleton Ridge Road. Officials say a Nissan Versa suddenly left the roadway and struck some trees. There were 4 people in the vehicle at the time, including 24-year-old Dakota Dean of Appleton, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The other 3 occupants all sustained serious injuries, and they were rushed to the hospital. The Maine State Police helped to reconstruct the crash as authorities now try to determine how it happened. Meanwhile, the race for Maine's 2nd Congressional District is heating up. Republicans are claiming Jared Golden flip-flops on issues such as border security and gun rights. Meanwhile, the Golden campaign is pushing back on those allegations. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with people on both sides of the aisle to learn more.
They can't fathom that a politician would actually say what he thinks. There's no political spin here.
He's got a long history of flip-flopping on all sorts of issues.
For weeks, one of the main attacks lobbed at the Jared Golden campaign by his opponent Austin Terrio and the Maine Republican Party is that Congressman Golden has flip-flopped on issues. He's also refused to say who he will be voting for in the presidential election. Bobby Reynolds, a campaign spokesperson and senior advisor to Congressman Golden, said Terrio, who was endorsed by former President Trump, is focusing too much on the presidential campaign and not enough on Congressional District 2.
He says he's not going to vote for Donald Trump, but he needs to learn more about Kamala Harris's plans for America before he commits to supporting her.
But Jared Golden has worked with Kamala Harris for nearly 4 years. And he's telling the people of Maine that he doesn't know her record well enough to vote for her.
Republicans point to specific instances of the so-called flip-flopping, including changing his stance on gun rights following the Lewiston mass shooting and border security.
Jared Golden actually voted against a bill called the Secure the Border Act that was specifically to hire more border agents. That's not part of some omnibus. That was just him voting on that issue.
Since his time in Congress, he's voted for $78 billion in ICE and CBP funding. The bill they're citing is H.R. 2, which was a partisan bill with poison pills in it that was intended for one thing, exactly what they're doing. Never had a chance to become law, never was going to become law.
One difference in the race between Terrio and Congressman Golden is that the Terrio campaign has made their candidate relatively available to members of the media and members of the public. Whereas this is the first time this campaign we have heard from a surrogate and have yet to hear from Congressman Golden, despite numerous requests for an interview.
It's funny that he says he's working on things because people are barely seeing him anywhere.
He's a workhorse. He's not a guy that likes to go on TV and brag about himself. Again, this is unique in politics. He's an introvert. He wants to do the work. He busts his butt.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
With the general election less than 100 days away, a majority of attention will be focused on the presidential, Senate, and congressional district races, but there will also be some referendum questions Mainers will decide on. Maine's Secretary of State held a lottery drawing to determine the order those questions will appear on Mainers' ballots. Under Maine law, questions must be arranged in the following order: carryover measures from a previous election, people's veto questions, initiated measures, bond issues, constitutional amendments, and other legislatively proposed referenda. Within each grouping, questions must be arranged in a random order determined by a selection process conducted in public.
We're 98 days away from Election Day. And while voters may not yet be focused on registering to vote and casting their ballot in October, because we have 30 days of no excuse absentee voting, or on November 5th, we in elections are working hard preparing to produce the ballot. And one of the important steps in producing the ballot is determining the order of the questions.
The order of the questions will be as follows. Question 1 is a bill that would limit contributions to political action committees that spend money to independently support or defeat political candidates. Question 2, a $25 million bond to support technological innovations in biomedical technology, environmental and renewable energy technology, IT, forestry, agriculture, and marine technology. Question 3 is a $10 million bond to restore historic buildings owned by government and nonprofit agencies. Question 4, a $3 million bond for Maine trails. And question 5 is a bill that would change Maine's state flag to the original pine tree flag design. And sticking with the election now, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has filed enough signatures to appear on Maine's presidential ballot this November. The Maine Secretary of State's office confirming Monday evening that Kennedy had gathered more than 4,800 signatures from registered voters. As an independent, Kennedy had until August 1st to file between 4,000 and 5,000 signatures to qualify for the November ballot. The Kennedy campaign will host a virtual press conference on Wednesday to discuss ballot access and what they say is his path to victory. There will be 6 new and expanded clean energy workforce training programs across the state. The funds are coming from the federal government. The programs will be located in Biddeford, Portland, Freeport, Augusta, Orono, and Oxford Hill. Dan Burgess, the director of the Maine Governor's Energy Office, said, quote, "These programs will train new workers and help local employers fill jobs in Maine's rapidly expanding clean energy economy that's accelerating clean energy deployment and helping stabilize energy costs for households and businesses." The Ellsworth Police Department has appointed a new chief following what officials say was a competitive selection process. The announcement came down on Monday that current interim police chief Troy Beers will become the permanent police chief there. Beers has worked in law enforcement for 35 years. He's been serving as the interim police chief since January after former police chief Glenn Mosier was placed on administrative leave. Mosier was eventually fired from his role after the city council determined he was more than likely under the influence of alcohol when he reported to assist other officers following a police shooting in December. Chief Beers says he's excited to take on the new role and plans to tackle many of the issues associated with the growing city, including homelessness, mental health crises, and substance abuse. And we're just waiting to hear from Chief Beers there.
Well, I think the biggest thing is to realize that police can't do it alone. I think you need to involve other aspects of the community, other professions, social service profession, that type of community-based, working with like a Healthy Acadia, the homeless shelters. It takes just everybody.
City councilors are expected to officially vote on the police chief position during the next city council meeting. Beers has told us a majority of the councilors have already contacted him to congratulate him. All right, and let's take a look outdoors now with the first check of our forecast and see what's heading our way.
All right, Peter, thank you. Happy Tuesday. Check out these high temperatures today up near 80 Millinocket, also here in Bangor, but a bit cooler, 73 in Bar Harbor with that onshore flow today. We had some wind out there as well. Wind gusts near 25 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. This is dying down tonight, but it will be back again tomorrow. Wind gusts near 25 throughout the afternoon once again. All right, so some clouds out there today, some drizzle, even if you have your thunder showers further north. There's more where that came from, as there's more rain showers in the forecast tomorrow, even some heavier downpours tomorrow night and leading into parts of Thursday morning. Some locally heavy rainfall is on the way once again. Our forecast though tonight though is partly cloudy skies, kind of warm and humid, a chance for a thunder shower with low temperatures upper 60s. Your full forecast is coming up. Peter?
Thank you, Jeff. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Milo police say reckless operation of ATVs may lead to more trails closing in the future. And our Callie Warren highlighted the struggles that independent pharmacies are facing. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Now, lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your New England Ford dealers.
Hotels and welfare for illegal immigrants on our dime. Washington liberal policies opened our border and ended Remain in Mexico. And Congressman Jared Golden stood by, blocking common sense solutions. Worse, Golden voted to give amnesty to millions, yet opposed more Border Patrol resources. Now our communities are flooded with illegal immigrants, and Mainers are paying the price. Tell Congressman Golden, illegal immigration is costing our communities too much. Reinstate Remain in Mexico.
This will be the best summer ever. Good times, good people together.
It's Toyota's Best for Less sales event with vehicles from the longest lasting brand. The brand with best resale value for less. Get a Best for Less event deal on the all-new Tacoma 4x4 with a standard turbocharged powertrain. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance. The Best for Less sales event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
What I'm doing, getting right to it. Money is talking, I'm flowing, it's coming in just how I do.
Major League Baseball, all season long on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, RFK Jr. has met Maine's signature requirement, making him the independent candidate on the ballot. We'll hear more about this, plus all the latest from Maine Republicans at the GOP presser, and we'll hear about progress at the judicial level to assign lawyers to the backlog of criminal cases.
Welcome back. The town of Milo's police chief is cracking down on disruptive ATV riders after a trail was recently shut down. Ramsdale Ridge Road is a half-private, half-town maintained road in Milo. Running across it is a connecting trail giving ATV riders access to Schoodic Lake. According to Milo Police Chief Nicholas Kluke, residents on the private side of the road recently closed the trail running along their side after reports of riders speeding and driving recklessly. The closure of the trail prompted Chief Kluke to write a memo to Milo residents and visitors saying if the complaints persist, the town could lose access to more trails or even face the possibility of shutting the town off to ATVs altogether.
We're getting complaints on Pleasant River Road as far as speeding ATVs, UTVs as well. So, you know, again, which part of what prompted my memo and my response is just to have people drive responsibly and respectively anywhere in town.
The memo goes on to say that officers will be looking out for violators, saying, quote, "We will not be in the business of handing out warnings," end quote. To read that full memo, you can visit our website, foxbangor.com. Independent and local pharmacies have been facing increased hardships due to dwindling reimbursements by pharmacy benefit managers. Our Callie Warren explains what your local pharmacy might be dealing with.
It's not hard to see that something needs to change here if we want to continue to have pharmacies in these areas.
Local pharmacies are community pillars in rural parts of Maine, but many of them are struggling to stay afloat. Pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs, reimburse pharmacies for prescriptions they buy. But pharmacists say some PBMs own chain drugstores, and they say they don't always reimburse in full.
We're having to contract with our competitors to fill prescriptions for our patients, and those contracts aren't always set up to be beneficial to us.
So if someone comes in and maybe is prescribed Ozempic, then it's actually going to be costing you money to be able to fill that prescription.
I filled 3 today in that class of medications. One was a $150 loss, one was a $58 loss, and one was a $47 loss. Now that's just 3 patients out of 500 I'm going to see today.
Right now, there's more and more that are losing significant amounts of money. What other business would be faced with being locked into contracts that tell you you have to dispense something for less than $100 than what you paid for it?
Patients say pharmacy corporations don't provide the same level of support and care as local ones.
The big box like stores, I feel like they're not as caring and like understanding as the more local owned pharmacies.
Arnold says the issue is receiving growing attention on Capitol Hill.
But just a few weeks ago, there was an FTC report that came out that really talked about some of the anti-competitive practices that the big three PBMs are doing. And then just last week, there was a congressional hearing and they were in front of Congress. There were a lot of really hard questions asked, and it feels like some of those things we've been saying all along are really being validated.
For more data on local pharmacies, visit our website at foxbangor.com. Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A group of kids in Brewer got the chance to learn from some of the best first responders around. The Young Citizens Public Safety Academy kicked off on Monday and aims to inspire the next generation of firefighters, paramedics, and police officers. Our Grace Blanchard takes us to the fire station to learn more.
Members of the Brewer Fire and Police Department are getting students in their community fired up about public safety.
It's a program for students here in the Brewer school system to come down to the police department and fire department and meet some police officers and firefighters and really learn, get a peek behind the curtain, if you will.
The Young Citizens Public Safety Academy is a week-long program that offers a unique hands-on experience.
It gets their foot in the door, it gets their eyes open to what our job is, and it can spark a lot of interest in a lot of kids. This is where kids start being like, I want to be a firefighter when I grow up, so this can start that interest for them.
The program was halted during the pandemic but has been going strong for 2 years now. Students in 5th and 6th grade got to see the equipment the firefighters use on a daily basis and step into some of the gear themselves.
Was it heavier than you expected?
Yes.
Really heavy. It's like putting on a scuba tank and then a bunch of snow gear.
Many students came with an interest in going into the profession already.
It's a lot of fun and it's an awesome opportunity because you get to see all the firefighters and you get to just you're in an operating fire station, so you get to see them go out for calls.
As departments across the state continue to struggle with staffing, in Brewer they hope to solve that by encouraging the next generations to step into those roles.
It's good for the kids, it's good for us, and it's hopefully it inspires them and maybe in the future we'll have a future firefighter or police officer.
In Brewer, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such a cool experience for all those students and maybe planting those seeds early for kids who might want to think about a career in public service. Also, great entrance sliding down that pole with a cup of coffee. All right, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the Senate passed 2 bills focusing on keeping kids safe online. And senators got the chance to question 2 senior national security executives regarding the assassination attempt on the former president. Those stories and more when we come back.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Make this a summer to share in the 3-row Kia Sorento, the tech-forward Sportage, the available all-wheel drive Seltos, or the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Telluride, each one recommended by Consumer Reports. This summer, visit your local Kia dealer. Lease the new 2024 Sorento LX for $289 a month.
There are plenty of good reasons to have a dock at your camper lakefront home and to choose a ShoreMaster Premium Dock System or Floating Poly Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company. Lightweight and durable, ShoreMaster high-grade aluminum docks are easy to install and maintain, and poly docks are perfect for dealing with deep or fluctuating water levels. Both offer a wide range of available configurations. There's a ShoreMaster or Poly Dock system that's right for you, and you'll find it at Hammond Lumber Company.
You're all looking for something new.
New?
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 6 on us.
I usually just try out a new look, but that sounds lit.
I heard their cameras have new Galaxy AI features.
Have what?
Galaxy AI.
Gonna get one now.
I'm fine.
New and current customers get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 6 on us. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Israel says a retaliatory airstrike in Beirut took out a top Hezbollah commander as fighting continues along its northern border. Fox's Connor Hansen has more.
An Israeli airstrike rocked a neighborhood near Beirut. Lebanon's health ministry says at least one person was killed and dozens were injured. The IDF says the strike took out a top Hezbollah leader, Fuad Shukr.
He was a senior terrorist who has the blood of the Israelis and many others on his hands.
Israel says he was responsible for a rocket attack over the weekend that killed 12 young people in the Golan Heights region. Vice President Kamala Harris addressed the strike on her way to an event in Atlanta.
What we know in particular is, yes, it has the right to defend itself against a terrorist organization, which is exactly what Hezbollah is.
Fighting on the Israel-Lebanon border has continued for months. Israel's response to the deadly rocket attack over the weekend was watched closely amid fears of a wider war in the region.
While we prefer to resolve hostilities without a wider war, the IDF is fully prepared for any scenario.
Israel's ambassador to the U.S. says the Hezbollah commander has been involved in several attacks since the beginning of the war with Hamas.
They fired thousands of rockets and over 150 drones and over 1,000 anti-tank guided missiles, and he was behind all of that.
The U.S. State Department had designated Fuad Shukr as a terrorist, saying he played a crucial role in the 1983 bombing of U.S. Marine barracks in Beirut that killed hundreds. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Massive protests continued for a second day in Venezuela. Thousands of people marching in the streets in anger over authorities naming President Nicolas Maduro the winner in Sunday's election. Meanwhile, the opposition says they have proof they won. Fox's Kevin Cork has the story. And we are having a little bit of difficulty bringing you that story at the moment. In the meantime, senators questioned two senior national security executives today about the attempted assassination of former President Trump. The acting director of the Secret Service and a deputy director of the FBI were pressed on what happened and who is going to be held responsible. We'll go to Fox's David Spunt now with the details.
This was a failure of the Secret Service. Is it not prima facie that somebody has failed? A former president was shot. Sir, this could have been our Texas school book depository. I have lost sleep over that for the last 17 days.
A bipartisan grilling on Capitol Hill.
You're a black hole. People don't believe you're being direct with them.
In the hot seat, Deputy FBI Director Paula Bate and Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe, on the job just 1 week following the resignation of Kimberly Cheadle. Rowe pressed in part on apparent communication breakdowns with local police.
I think he was identified as being suspicious by local law enforcement.
And nothing happened.
Well, I know that local law enforcement was attempting to locate him.
A local law enforcement official disputes Rowe's claims at today's hearing over where the local snipers were positioned at the rally, telling our correspondent, C.B. Cotton,
the accusation that somehow we were told that to be on the roof line, for instance, and that it was too hot. That's ridiculous. They were prepared to be wherever they were told by Secret Service that day.
Rowe says people at his agency may be fired once his investigation concludes. He was peppered with questions about how the suspect, 20-year-old Thomas Crooks, was able to get onto the roof with a gun and fire at least 8 rounds at Donald Trump, killing 1 person and injuring the former president and 2 others.
I went to the roof of the AGR building where the assailant fired shots and I lay it in a prone position to evaluate his line of sight. What I saw made me ashamed. I cannot defend why that roof was not better secured.
Despite more than 450 interviews and more than 2,000 tips from the public, the FBI still has yet to identify a motive. The Bureau confirms the July 13th shooting was planned days in advance. The Bureau says crooks used overseas encryption methods, and there's much out there agents have yet to learn.
Some of the email accounts.
Have we broken into them?
We've received returns. There are some that we have not been able to get information back because of their encrypted nature.
Today's hearing will likely be the last until members of the House and Senate return to Washington in September after the August recess. In Washington, David Spunt, Fox News.
Looking to Venezuela once again, we go back to the aftermath of that election there. Authorities naming President Nicolas Maduro the winner in Sunday's election. People there outraged, marching in the streets. We go now to Fox's Kevin Cork with that story.
Giant statues of Hugo Chavez toppling to the ground across Venezuela. Anti-government protesters using sledgehammers to destroy them and gasoline to set them ablaze.
The people here were Chavistas, and now they are no longer.
It comes as public anger grows over Sunday's presidential election results. Chavez's successor, President Nicolas Maduro, was declared the winner, giving him a third six-year term in office. But Maduro's rival, opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez, says he has voting data showing he had twice as many votes and is the real winner.
To the National Electoral Council that still are looking for tally sheets. Here they are. Come look for all of us here.
On Tuesday, thousands took to the streets of Caracas in solidarity, while mostly peaceful, earlier demonstrations led to violent clashes and the arrest of more than 700 people. Here at home, the White House is holding off on recognizing the election results. Instead, the administration is calling for full transparency.
We continue to call on Venezuela's electoral authorities to release full, transparent, and detailed voting results, including by polling stations as well.
Several Republican lawmakers also calling for renewed economic sanctions.
I'm hoping we'll take lessons learned from the fact that this probably was a tainted election and hold them accountable.
As for Maduro, he has vowed to stay in power, and his allies are now calling for leaders in the opposition to be jailed. In Washington, Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Social media and the harm it can cause to children is a growing national concern. The U.S. Senate took a significant step forward on the issue, passing two major bills aimed at keeping kids safe online and holding tech companies accountable. It's a big win for Congress, but the legislation won't be landing on President Biden's desk anytime soon. Fox's Rebecca Castor explains why.
The U.S. Senate wants social media companies like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat to be held more accountable for any harm kids experience using their apps, and overwhelmingly passed a pair of bills Tuesday requiring just that.
No longer will we rely on big tech when it says, trust us. They betrayed that trust.
The bipartisan legislation puts responsibility on social media companies to prevent harm to teens on their platforms, by limiting targeted ads and content, for example. It also gives parents more control to monitor their child's social media use.
The Senate keeps its promise to every parent who's lost a child because of the risks of social media.
The bills were largely spearheaded by parents who've lost children to suicide or drugs because of social media.
Children's lives are more precious than any penny big tech will make at their expense.
Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures.
At an emotional hearing earlier this year, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg apologized to some of these families. Meta, Microsoft, and Snapchat's parent company all support the legislation.
This is Congress being responsive, at its best being responsive both to a societal need and those of individuals.
We are on the cusp of a new era. It is an era of accountability for big tech.
Before it becomes law, this legislation must go through the House, but it won't be addressed anytime soon, as that chamber is in recess until September. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Coming up on the Fox 22 News at 10, our Jody Hersey visited the town of Bradley, highlighting an up-and-coming farm there. And in sports, Maine women's basketball is just a few weeks into their summer workouts. They're getting ready to defend their America East title. We'll hear from them.
These are the best ocean rescue teams on planet Earth.
You want to be a lifeguard? This is the real deal.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's food.
The ultimate connection. Drive the award-winning Nissan Rogue today.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on Rogue Platinum.
We are explorers, hard workers, the jack of all trades. We are Mainers. Maine Quit Link provides free nicotine quit medication, including gum, patches, and lozenges. No insurance needed, no copay, and no cost to Mainers. Because quitting tobacco with a little extra help is more successful than quitting on your own. Quit like a Mainer. Enroll online at MaineQuitLink.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's food.
The ultimate connection. Drive the award-winning Nissan Rogue today.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on Rogue Platinum.
Welcome back. Bipartisan lawmakers want to hold the World Anti-Doping Agency accountable months after a report revealed nearly 24 Chinese swimmers were cleared to compete despite testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Fox's Mike Emanuel has more.
As thousands of athletes compete in the Paris Olympics, new legislation aims to bring accountability to the World Anti-Doping Agency. It comes months after a report revealed that 23 top Chinese swimmers tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug before the 2021 Tokyo Games. Several of those athletes went on to win medals, including 3 golds.
WADA blindly accepted the Chinese anti-doping agency's excuse that the doping was unintentional and caused by food contamination.
The FBI opened an investigation into the alleged cover-up, but lawmakers accuse WADA and the International Olympic Committee of strong-arming the U.S. into dropping that probe by threatening Salt Lake City's bid to host the 2034 Winter Games.
We will not cave into efforts to try to threaten or intimidate the United States.
The bipartisan bill would allow the U.S. to withhold funding to WADA if the group does not ensure fair representation and address conflicts of interest in the organization. And there's new urgency from Congress to get to the bottom of it. A New York Times report published Tuesday revealed 2 Chinese swimmers tested positive for a banned steroid in 2022. They were eventually cleared to compete by Chinese authorities, who once again blamed contaminated food. WADA has rejected accusations that it gives China special treatment, saying it's part of a broader effort by the U.S. to attack Beijing. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
And of course, the Summer Olympic Games are underway in Paris, but some events remain on hold because of contaminated water. Fox's Greg Palcott has more from London.
It's an Olympic-sized problem having a big impact on the Summer Games in Paris. The River Seine is still too polluted to hold scheduled events, causing a second straight day of cancellations on Tuesday. But organizers say there's good news. Levels of E. coli and other dangerous bacteria are slowly dropping as a massive cleanup effort ramps up. And they say they believe they can pick up on Wednesday with both the men's and women's triathlons kicking off in the morning.
We are still confident for tomorrow having the two competitions in the same day, and they made the organization for that, so we're going to see tomorrow.
There's just one X factor, the rain. The French Weather Service is forecasting major storms on Tuesday night and lighter rain on Wednesday, which generally cause bacteria levels in the Seine to rise, meaning the athletes will have to watch and wait to see if it's safe enough to swim.
We're living in the 21st century where, unfortunately, there are far more meteorological events that happen that are beyond the control of the organizers.
But the downpour could be welcome news to millions of tourists baking under a warm weather advisory. The heat wave bringing temperatures in Paris up to 95 degrees on Tuesday, with locals and visitors doing their best to keep cool.
It was red hot yesterday as well. Today definitely feels hotter again. We're not used to the hot weather, and so we are eating lots of ice cream.
Paris officials say they've spent more than $1.5 billion in an effort to improve water quality in the Seine. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
All right, and stay tuned. Our full 5-day forecast is coming up after the break.
High temperatures mostly up near 80 again today. We'll do it tomorrow and most likely for Thursday and Friday. But there's also more rain in the forecast. Details on that when I come back.
Subaru summer is finally here. Escape and explore in a brand new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. Get 3.9% APR financing on select models or lease for just $299 per month. It's your Subaru. Find it at Quirk.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Had enough of long lines, empty shelves, and overcrowded megastores? Discover Parity Shop and Save in Brewer, your local culinary oasis in the North Brewer Shopping Center. Revel in fresh produce, pantry must-haves, organic delights, and Aroostook County's beloved products, all affordable and high quality. Can't find an item? We'll special order it. Shop with us today and feel the difference of our family-run, community-focused grocery experience.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota Equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right, all backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Make this the summer at Quirk Ram in Bangor. Lease 25 Ram Bighorn for $546 per month or get 0% APR on Dodge Hornet or 2.9% APR on Jeep Wrangler and Cherokee 4xe hybrids. It's your Ram, Dodge, or Jeep. Find it at Quirk.
Before the epic return this fall, stream previous seasons now. This isn't the end. This is just the opening act. 911 Lone Star season premiere this fall and stream anytime on Hulu.
All right, thank you. Weather is brought to you by the Washington County Community College in Calais. Check out the new aquaculture technology program. Don't miss out on free college. Let's talk weather. We're talking highs near 80 today, but check out the heat to the west of us. We're talking about really hundreds across the plains. We're probably not going to do that anytime soon, but even warmer temperatures are on the way for us beginning tomorrow, really, and more so for us on Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. A steamy weekend is on the way once again for us. All right, so last night, a couple reports of the northern lights were out last night. Tonight, probably not so lucky. Still a chance to see them, but we do have more cloud cover across our region this evening and likely into early parts of tomorrow morning. The wind out there today got a little squirrely, right? Some south wind gusts near 25 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. That pushed temperatures up, but it was a pretty breezy day across our neck of the woods. Also out there still is a small craft advisory for wave heights onshore waves through tomorrow, approaching 7 to 10 feet. But further west of there, this is a flood advisory, kind of a sign of things to come, right? Where there's a pretty energetic system heading our direction that could bring us some locally heavy rainfall that could linger into tomorrow night and probably throughout the day on Thursday as well. Here is the drought monitor. I have not showed this map for a very long time because our spring and summer has been well above average in rainfall. No issues here. It's still kind of dry across the west and the southeast too, but for us, we're looking pretty good across our area, and we are drought-free across the state of Maine currently, likely keeping it that way with more rainfall on the way for us beginning as soon as tomorrow. There are a couple thunder showers out there still today, and even a couple areas of drizzle, not a big deal at all. The bigger deal, though, is arriving our direction, though. This system here, lots of moisture, lots of oomph in the atmosphere, likely several rounds of rain probably tomorrow evening that will likely linger through Sunday or through Thursday. That could give us some locally heavy rainfall. And then behind that for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it's kind of messy over here still. We'll have an environment across our region where we could see scattered storms over the weekend into early portions of next week. All right, for tonight, though, looking at increasing clouds. Here's tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock or so, with some locally heavy rainfall across the area. That lingers into Thursday. We'll get a break in the action most likely on Friday, followed by some more thunder showers in here, most likely on Saturday and Sunday as well. So kind of a wet stretch of weather is on the way for us. And when you add it all up, looks like this. We could see several waves of rain that could give us an inch or two of rain before we get to the end or early portions of next week. Our forecast end tonight, though, is a couple of storms out there still, widespread. Look for some dense fog and low temperatures, muggy, down here 66 for tomorrow. All right, so partly cloudy skies, still breezy. The storm should hold off until later in the day. Look for high temperatures up near 81. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow 81, 84, thunderstorms on Thursday. Then we get hot and steamy Friday, 88, partly cloudy, before some more storms are in here over the weekend.
All right, so a busy week on the way for us. Thank you, Jeff. And sports is coming right up next. Stay with us.
The brand new Chung Li Chinese restaurant, located in the Waterville Concourse, offers truly delicious, authentic cooking with the best poo-poo platter in the area. Lunch specials and dinner accommodations available for dine-in, takeout, and delivery.
When outdoors, some people like it hot and some people like it cold. However, when indoors, most people like it comfortably warm. Choose a Baderas boiler from McCusick Petroleum Company to provide you with comfortable and efficient heat. They also offer sales and service on many brands of furnaces, boilers, and water heaters. McCusick Petroleum Company delivers oil and LP gas to homes and businesses throughout the Pequot region. If you'd like more information on pricing or service, call or stop by our office in Dover Foxcroft.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
The brand new Chung Li Chinese restaurant, located in the Waterville Concourse, offers truly delicious, authentic cooking with the best poo-poo platter in the area. Lunch specials and dinner accommodations available for dine-in, takeout, and delivery.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Bangor, located in the Penobscot Plaza, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. It has been a while, so let's start on the basketball court. Maine women's basketball is back in the gym after their championship run last year. They are ready to wipe the slate clean ahead of a new season.
We're still excited about it, but a new season is coming up. This is definitely the focus right now.
Coming off of their first NCAA tournament appearance in 5 years, Maine women's basketball is back at it, preparing for a fresh start.
It's just so great to be back with everyone and back to competing every day. It's a lot of fun to just get back to work.
And one of the top questions heading into the season, how do you replace reigning America East Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, Ann Simon?
Ann is irreplaceable. She's amazing.
But with the way the offense is set up, Maine is confident they have the pieces to fill the void.
I mean, we just gotta play our way, go and do our thing. I mean, and then see how it flows. I mean, our offense, we don't care too much about who scores.
I think we have a lot of really good pieces, and I think everybody on our team is capable of playing well on any given night.
While the Black Bears return 4 of 5 starters and important bench pieces, there are also a few newcomers in Orono that could play big roles, and they're all coming along quite nicely.
And I think everybody are doing a really, really good job. Newcomers, returners, everybody are doing a really, really good job here the first, 3 weeks that we've been here.
They fit in great. They're great people, which is the most important thing, but also great basketball players. And so on and off the court, it's just going really well.
Of those are freshmen Maddie Fitzpatrick of Chevrolet and Izzy Allen from Central. Combined with Christopher from Skowhegan, Emmy Streams from Bangor, and Sarah Talon from Wyndham, there's a good amount of Maine representation on the roster.
It's really special to have so many Mainers on our team. I mean, it's really special to me to be able to represent our state every night, and I know that it's equally important to all of them. And so to be able to share this experience with other kids from Maine, it's really, really special.
Airtime. All right, looking forward to that season. Let's go to the baseball diamond now. The Maine Senior Legion State Tournament rolling along ahead of Wednesday's championship round. Elimination game to start the day between Heights Skowhegan and the Franklin County Flyers. We'll pick it up in the first inning. Franklin at bat, pop fly behind the dish. Look at this terrific sliding play from Brendan Dunlap, the catcher, to get the out. Couple of batters later, still in the first, runner on second for Caden Pillsbury, and he smacks a single into shallow center. Jaden Meter on his horse comes around to score from second, makes it 2-0 Franklin. All right, next inning is more defense from Skowhegan. This time it is Chance Tibbetts in center field, coming in hot, making the running catch there. Nice play from Chance. Still in the second, bases loaded for Nolan Liso. He ropes this one into left. All 3 runners are picking up the speed, and that is a bases clearing double. He would take third on the throw. A big game for the Franklin Bats. They go on to win it 12-2. And the second and final game of Tuesday, Trenton Acadians trying to stay alive. Cork Motor City trying to avoid their first loss. Second inning game tied at 1, bases loaded for Colin Peckham. He's had a heck of a tournament. Drives in 2 with a single through the hole into left field. Those 2 runs will score. It makes it 3-1. Same inning, TJ Urena is up. He hits it hard to the right side. That gets through for a base hit. That brings home another run. It is now 4-1 Quirk after the hustle from Rogan Lord. He's pumped up, but the Acadians never said die. Next inning, Miles Palmer helps his own cause by knocking in a run with a single up the gut, makes it 4-2. 5-4 now. Peter Kablinski up with a man on first, and he unloads on this one deep to left field. Gone and over everything. 4 runs in the fourth for Trenton, and Colin Sullivan was brilliant in relief, pumping it by hitters all night. He gets the win. 9-6 is the final. Staying on the diamond now, the MLB trade deadline has come and passed, and the Red Sox didn't make any big splashes, but they did make a few moves to improve the bullpen. The Sox acquiring Lucas Sims from the Cincinnati Reds. So far, Sims has appeared in 43 games this season, throwing 35 1/3 innings with a 3.57 earned run average. Boston saying goodbye to Ovis Portis. And the Sox also landing Luis Garcia from the Los Angeles Angels. That was a decent price tag, too. They sent 4 players, including Nico Cavadas and Matthew Lugo, all prospects. Garcia has appeared in 45 games for the Angels, also with a sub-4 ERA. His sitting at 3.71. Hopefully that improves that rotation. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Make your boating experience even better with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. One of the best choices you can make to protect your boat and maintain your boating lifestyle. A Shoremaster boat lift makes cleaning your boat easier and provides more convenient access too. Hammond Lumber has all the accessories you need, from lighting packages and canopies to motor systems, including Shoremaster's exclusive Whisper Winch. Take your boating experience to the next level with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
Protect your vehicle from rusting away with Bell's Automotive Protection. We are the leader in mobile undercoating and rust proofing in Maine. We'll travel right to your driveway using the best and safest products on the market. This is much safer than rubberized coatings that can cause damage later on. We spray all types of vehicles, including commercial fleets. We all know vehicles aren't cheap anymore. Don't let the harsh winter chemicals eat them away. Call us or visit our page for a free quote. 207-659-3805.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer is looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed. No. We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
Angler's Restaurant with 2 locations in Newport and Searsport. Open daily from 11 to 8. We are your home for fresh seafood. Our specialty is scallops, lobster, fish and chips, and of course, lobster rolls. Now, if seafood is not your preference, we offer fan favorites like cheeseburgers and chicken tenders. Stop by for the atmosphere and stay for the incredible dining experience. Anglers, Maine's family seafood restaurant.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome to The Floor.
Check out Fox's #1 new game show anytime on Hulu.
Let's go!
The Floor, all new this fall on Fox, and stream the first season on Hulu.
Welcome back. A Kevin Smith comedy and a summer box office record breaker. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has that and more in the Hollywood Nation.
Today is a big day.
Kevin Smith goes back to the 80s. Powell joins the Griffins, and Deadpool shatters records in the Hollywood Nation.
I waited a long time for this team up.
The first R-rated movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is now the highest R-rated opening weekend of all time. According to Deadline, Deadpool and Wolverine banked $211 million domestically, breaking that R-rated record. And it's the 6th biggest opening ever at the domestic box office. The superpowered action comedy starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman also earned $444.1 million globally.
To 1,000 and beyond!
Hulu has an exclusive Family Guy Halloween special airing October 14th. The news was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. It's the first of 2 holiday specials. It will feature Glenn Powell as a reigning pumpkin contest champion and Derek Jacobi as Stewie's beloved teddy bear Rupert. In today's First Looks is Kevin Smith's The 4:30 Movie. The coming-of-age comedy by the writer-director is set in the summer of 1986 and centers around 3 16-year-old friends who spend their Saturdays sneaking into movies. When one invites the girl of his dreams to an R-rated feature, the theater manager interferes, leading hilarity to ensue. Ken Jeong, Jason Biggs, Rosario Dawson, and Justin Long are among the cast. The 4:30 Movie is in theaters September 13th.
We're definitely seeing that.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Farming isn't for everyone, but one couple in Bradley decided to try their luck at the profession, and now things are blooming even better than they expected. Our Jody Hersey has the story.
After serving in the military, Corey and Krista Perkins decided to seek a change in lifestyle and scenery and found the perfect spot for both in the town of Bradley.
Yes, this has provided us the opportunity to really hone in on the things that are important
and allowed our family to, you know, be together and enjoy our time.
The couple decided to try their hand at farming, opening Maine's Sweet Corn on the main road in Bradley, where you'll find rows of corn right alongside rows of sunflowers.
I was pushing for sunflowers, so my grandma loved them, so I was like, I wanted a big sunflower patch. And now look at this, like whether it's the thickness of the stalk or just the intricacies of a flower, I'm like, it's really impressive.
Although they had no prior experience,
I like the leaves, but not all of them.
Both seem to have green thumbs.
In my experience so far, I would say it's, 50% luck, 50% what you put into it.
Now they're sharing their crop with others, opening their farm to the public from dawn until dusk for pick-your-own sunflowers at just $1 per stem.
Seeing the smiles and everybody just so happy really makes me happy.
The duo hope to continue growing and spreading joy to others for many years to come.
We are going to next year make sure that it's very accessible, like even wheelchair accessible. We may even do a patch closer to the parking so that, just make it so that everybody can enjoy it.
In Bradley, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
For the next generation of gymnasts watching this year's Olympics is the visualization of a lifelong dream. And inside the Orono Old Town YMCA, perhaps the next generation of Olympians are staying busy perfecting their craft. The YMCA's gymnastics team is comprised of 30 members ranging from second graders all the way through 11th graders.
You can do pretty much anything because no two routines are ever going to be the same. No matter how close they are, you're always going to have your own unique thing that's going to make you stand out. So if you're afraid of not fitting in, that's a good thing.
A good word of advice there for gymnastics and also just life in general. Well, according to the YMCA's senior program director, throughout the year, around 300 kids participate in the gymnastics department every week. So great to see young kids being inspired by athletes over in Paris. Certainly a great Olympic Games so far. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Everyone, thank you for joining us on Fox 22 News at 10. We hope you have a good rest of your evening and join us tomorrow night at the same time.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC 7, right now for ABC 7 News at 11.
Hi, I'm pulmonologist Dr. Jamie Rutland. Did you know we take 20,000 breaths a day? And when we inhale, we invite all the contaminants in the room into our airways? Indoor air quality can be 5 to even 100 times worse than outdoors. Meet the Air Doctor. It's your prescription for clean air and the only hospital-grade air purifier equipped with advanced Ultra HEPA filters, proven to improve your indoor air quality and overall health. I can confidently tell you that if it's in your air, it's in your body. Check this out. This would have been in your lungs.
And now you can breathe better with this exclusive TV-only offer. Save 40% now on your hospital-grade Air Doctor.
What makes Air Doctor hospital grade? Well, it's a triple filtration, including an Ultra HEPA filter that removes virtually 100% of the smallest and most dangerous contaminants down to 0.003 microns, including mold spores, pollen, smoke, pet dander, even bacteria and viruses that make you sick. That's 100 times smaller filtration than ordinary HEPA purifiers. That means you can breathe easy, knowing your family can get relief from allergies and asthma and reduce airborne diseases.
Look what the Air Doctor trapped. I wouldn't want my kids breathing this in.
Air Doctor takes the
Anthony Anderson guest host Jimmy Kimmel Live.
This is ABC 7 News at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, one